It's been getting quite busy recently.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolfendom.
Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it. Take it easy. Busted.
Illusion shattered. Ha!
Here comes the cash.
Where am I going to get more?
Take it easy. Gotcha. Busted.
Animal test 6308.
There is no escape.
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over. Rain outlines your fate.
Absorption test. Yeah.
Take it easy.
Stand clear.
Take it easy. It's getting a little cold. Time to bundle up.
Mana?
Take it easy. Take it easy. Busted.
Animal test 63.
Illusion shattered! Ha!
Body and mind.
There is no escape!
Quietly now. Witness the power of...
Shine down!
Here comes the catch. Gotcha. Take it easy. This blinding sunlight is such a pain. No way I can get a nap in this weather.
Ad Astra. Thank you for
There will definitely be something.
Ancient alchemy truly is
How
fascinating.
can I?
Traveler, Paimon, it's been a long time.
Oh, hey, Hoishin. Fancy meeting you here.
Thanks to the help of people like you and colleagues like Ganyu. But I've been... It's a long story. Nothing specifically. He's always said... Anyway, my father's currently on the second floor of Yangshan. He seems very fond of you, too.
Sure, let's go.
Terstruktur. Di atas ya.
Uncle Tien, we're here to chat with you.
Oh? What a lovely surprise. Welcome. Hoishin. I heard that you've been traveling. Oh, Hoishin told you, didn't she? Don't worry. I'm quite all right. It's just the years gradually. As I grow older, I'm starting to find that with many things, though the mind is willing, I am still very much in good stand.
How difficult is it to...
Oh, well, historically speaking, we also want to keep any perspective. For these reasons, the incumbent Tianshu typically recommends their candidate.
So in other words, you pick someone, and then Lady Keqing, Lady Ningguang, and the other Qixing appoint them?
Correct. Unfortunately, not to despair, however, because I've found someone exceptionally capable to act on my behalf.
Oh? Who is it?
I'm heartbroken. I thought it might take you a little longer than this to forget all about me.
Tahu-tahu datang gila.
It's Yelan!
Jackpot. Uncle Tien here asked me to assess 3 candidates for him. Fancy joining me? You'll be among the first to get to know the next Tianshu. Might be a good opportunity for you.
What do you think? Paimon thinks so too. It can't be a bad thing to be on good terms with a new chief.
All right then. Though, I gotta say, Uncle Tien,
Huh? Yelan, you want to be the next Tianshu?
I'm not opposed to the idea, but I suspect Ningguang wouldn't let you go very easily. So, how about this? If your investigation...
deal. Well, you guys take your time. Everything's all set for the assessments to go ahead. Meet me on the first floor when you're ready. Until then, have a pleasant conversation. Oh, and no need to pay for your tea. You're all set?
Uncle Tien seems really...
Yeah, it may sound harsh, but So he's recommended 3 candidates. Chinwei is a wealthy entrepreneur. Try to keep all that in mind.
Qianwei, Mingbo, Juyi. Paimon should be able to...
Let's leave that until we get to Yuehai Pavilion. All right. Heads in the game, people. The stakes don't get much higher than a change in the Qixing.
Got it. We'll keep our eyes wide open.
Tuh dong.
My legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer? This is a huge occasion, and I've dealt with all kinds of people in my time, but never have I been made...
Oh, I mean,
That's called being complacent. If you're happy to just accept the way things are...
oh, come on. That's just... Now you're just...
All right, you two. Let's not get into a big argument over Qianwei. That was a bit uncalled for. And Mingbo, cut him some slack. We've all been standing around for a while. Look, how about this? There's no rule saying we're obliged to stand up while we wait, so...
Fine. They're not the best quality chair.
It looks like all 3 candidates have arrived. We'll meet them formally soon. I've split it into 2 stages. Current affair. In the first stage, candidates are required to submit a manifesto for Liyue's development. In this, writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submitted.
Wow. One of them is...
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation I gave them. Whoever is appointed as the new Tianshu will be expected... Failing the occurrence of some cataclysmic event, they will not be... There's still some time. Have a skim through. Get a first impression of what each person's proposing. I'll be waiting off to the side. Just let me know when you're done.
Anjir mati sih jalanku.
Finished? Finished, huh? What did you think?
Everyone took it very seriously.
Of course they did. They have the chance to be picked as the new Tianshu, so you can bet they're putting their best foot forward. And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to execute their plan. We'll see the candidates now. Let's do one at...
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so you two are the assessment officers, are you? I had assumed that given the great import of this situation, Lady Ningguang would perhaps be assessing us in person. I certainly hadn't imagined I'd be seeing two entirely unfamiliar faces. I trust you've read through my manifesto? I'd be more than happy to clarify any details you found difficult to grasp. It was...
Mind your tone, mister.
Relax. It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in particular. I was simply stating a fact. Cloud Retainer? You know this Adeptus? Oh, yes, I remember now. You must be the traveler. With your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of erudition.
So dia nggak kenal sama si beban aja.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes. Please, introduce your...
I'm, Mingbo. I've worked there for, 9 years. I have 12 active cases at the moment. My current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also responsible for...
Is it just Paimon?
You know what? Let's leave the self-introduction.
Oh,
Hello. What would you like to know? You're here to assess me, so ask.
Your manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields.
Very fair question. I completely understand where but I'm confident in my plan. I've visited many different... Of course, two different problems can be interconnected in very complicated ways, and you might reach two very contradictory conclusions depending on which one you're focusing on. What I've tried to do is strike a balance. In other words, present an optimal solution to all the problems as a whole.
How do you plan to determine whether you are right or wrong about your proposed solution?
A great question. Well, I'd start by... If it turned out that my judgment was to blame for poor results, I
Iya,
would take
spoiler
responsibility.
story Yelan ini.
Nice answer. All right, next question.
He seems like a great guy. Everything he said was thoughtful and logical, and
Here's my take on what we... As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable. He proposes many excellent ideas in his... But he is very proud and incredibly stubborn. Mingbo's plan is more thorough and more measured. You can tell he's... But he and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites. Mingbo is not very articulate.
perfect summary. Paimon couldn't agree more.
Last but not least, Yi. His manifesto is full of pertinent details. His methodology is sound. The depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. But what really interests me is that many of his views happen to coincide with Uncle Tien's.
Great.
We'll see.
Matane baru bangun. Aku yang baru bangun sekarang. Mati pikiranku. Jatuh dari tebing anjir. Gara-gara cut skin.
Take it easy.
Jaga warung ikan biar bersih. Biar bisa beli ikan arwana.
Take it easy.
Buat apa ikan arwana? Kemana?
Take it easy.
Kamu tadi malam kemana anjir? Katanya live ditungguin nggak ada anjir. Pasti ketiduran.
All right.
Oh, those three candidates, but Shin Wei.
Whoa! So how did you get...
Shin Wei was. We first met while Jury came from. He reminded me of a younger version of myself. So I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing and noticed how quickly he got on. Quite. And now, all of a sudden, the young are growing up, and I am growing old.
I don't know, Uncle Tian. You still seem in pretty good shape to me. You might have
Jadiin
another few years of work
sepala
left in you, don't you think?
Kamu tidur. Iya, siapa yang ketiduran?
Oh, you.
Apa nggak ada
There's
main
really
Valo
no.
soalnya?
Sounds like you sure love...
Ooh, there's nothing quite like fishing to pass the time. Ooh, and freshly caught fish, they make the most beautiful fish soup with barely any prep.
Fresh fish soup.
Doesn't it? Also, some time ago, Jury purchased a very special... When we've been fishing recently, Jury, that flavor makes for a fond memory.
Oh, can Paimon come next time too?
Let's get back to the matter at hand. Uncle Tian, we've...
Mm-hmm. I appointed. Had you not asked me why Jury's ideas were so similar to mine, this decision must be guided by what is fair and right. Please disregard all other considerations and make your final decision
Temenin
only
lah Valo.
after a thorough
Ya, aku
review
belum
of
update
each
bang
candidate's
sekarang.
talents and
Kemarin malam lama
capabilities.
kali anjir update-nya.
Remember, you must be thorough.
Understood. Come on, let's go talk.
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian. So, it's gonna be Jiri, right? His manifesto was...
Easy. Let's not rush.
Huh? So, are you gonna give them more tests?
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information. For example, Wenyuan, Shanghua.
Yes?
Lady Yelan, what are your orders?
Punya anak buah anjir Yelan.
Ugh! Who are they? Where did they
Did they scare you? These two are Wenyuan and Shanghua. They work as my trusted assistants. They are always standing guard nearby. They also perform various assignments as required. Shanghua is a business expert who gets his information by trading. Wenyuan relies on word of mouth. And there's all...
That meathead must have been out there on sea surveillance for some...
Nothing can take that guy down. Certainly not a little wind and waves.
Shanghua, visit all the commerce guilds and look into Qianwei's background. Wenyuan, go to the Ministry of Civil Affairs and look through...
Yes, ma'am.
So what about Jiri?
Jiri. Well, obviously, as the most promising candidate, we will be investigating him ourselves.
Anjir kandidat
Let's go to the
favorit.
docks first. Lots of...
If we're looking for information, he does business up the north.
That's...
Huh? What's Bulai doing here today?
Look, your asking price for this batch is just too high. Come on, hear me out. I'm telling you, this is the single best batch of Sunsetias ever. You won't... I accidentally dropped one into a well, and even so... All right. I'll let you in on a little secret. The boss of Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I haven't responded yet. If you won't take him, I'll just have to partner with them instead.
Okay, well, when you put it that way, I'll accept your asking price. I'll take all your stuff. Oh, what are you doing here? And to be clear, these Sunsetias are mine. I got to them first. Don't get any ideas.
Actually, we want to ask you about it.
Juri? I've heard a story about him. They say he was born into poverty. His parents died when he was young, and he was treated cruel. One of his neighbors was terribly rude to him all the time. But Juri never retaliated. He returned cruelty with kindness. Injustice with peace offerings.
Oh, he sounds like a decent man.
Why are you asking about him anyway? Well then, in that case, the higher bidder takes the... That's Juri right over there. Why don't we go and talk to him?
Where?
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Linlong. Come on, but try not to let him...
I'll just go and fetch an employment contract. And hey, don't try and cut me out of this.
I understand. Let's walk and talk. So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
The truth is, an old friend of mine, who likes to have a drink now and then, he fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance. So I thought I might buy him a set of high-quality fakes.
How very thoughtful of you. Leave it to me, then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever is convenient.
Thank you very much, Miss Linlong.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Juri. These days, it's quite rare for someone of your standing to still keep up with their old friends. It's nice to see. I'll be sure to pick out a good set for you. You can count on me. Juri seems to get along really well with everyone. Are you satisfied now, Yelan? Seems like
We shouldn't jump to conclusions just yet. Let's go check out the wharf where he usually goes fishing.
Do we have... Wait.
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. You'll be able to try all the finest food for free.
We will? Well, come on! Off to the South Wharf we go!
No, my sword!
Take it easy. The wharf is as busy as ever. I hear the anglers here sometimes sell their fish to the nearby fishmongers. Let's see what Uncle Soon has to say.
So many travelers.
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
Sorry to interrupt. We're actually members of... We've heard about this young man called Juri, who's supposed to be a fantastic fisherman. Just wondering if you...
Whoa! Yelan made up a whole fake identity.
Ah, yes, Juri. He's been making quite a name for himself recently. Apparently, he had a rather tough time growing up. Had to work several jobs alongside his studies to make it... How does that saying go? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah, we think so too.
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association might be in for a disappointment.
Oh? Why's that?
He's good at a lot of things, but fishing isn't one of them. He fished. His catches are always...
That sounds fantastic. I've got a...
Sure thing. See you.
Everywhere they go, they meet someone who's heard of him. Come on, let's keep asking around.
Ini story Yelan apa story orang tadi?
Here to buy some fish? It's 300 for one or 3 for 1,000. You better hurry when they're gone.
Hello, we're from the Society for Fish Price Research.
Wow, she switched identity again.
Society for Fish Price Research? I haven't done anything illegal. Stay out of my business.
Please, don't worry. We're just here to conduct a simple survey. We've heard about a certain Jur-E who's been selling fresh fish at low prices in this area recently.
So this isn't about me. You should have said something. I haven't heard anything about him selling fresh fish at low prices, but it wouldn't surprise me if...
Oh? What?
Because he's so poor. His parents died when he was very young, and his alcoholic father he was still a kid when he first came to the wharf. His clothes were ragged, and he had a bandage wrapped around it, and he managed to survive, thanks to Uncle Tien, who he can afford... It's not like he catches...
You'd rather he didn't know?
Well, I spoke to him once, briefly, and I just had a feeling that he really cares what other people think. I think he has pretty low self-esteem. But hey, it's hardly my place to say anything. And nobody's perfect. I just wouldn't want to upset him. That's all.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Not a problem. And just for the record, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the price of my fish.
The more times you say it, the less convincing it becomes.
Doesn't have a lot of mora to his name.
Liyue Harbor is so lovely. So many travelers.
Hey, it's you guys! Wait, what's the phrase? Oh yeah, what brings you to me?
The truth is, we are but newcomers to this territory. We heard tell of a great martial artist, Master Dugu, who...
Really?
But of course. We also heard that Master Dugu is a kind and virtuous swordsman who never turns away...
Great! So what...
Now she's lying to a kid.
So, Master Dugu, have you heard of one by the name of Jur...
Sure have! You mean that guy that all the grown-ups are talking about? I've heard many tales of Juri. Probably because it's nothing that important. I prefer stories about...
Oh, I can completely understand that. Then let me ask you this.
Oh yeah, I know that! It was about 2 or 3 months ago.
Just speaking tuh. Iya Bang Eri.
Before that, people always used to talk about Juri in a kind of nasty tone of voice. But
Bosnya
2
kan
or 3 months
ningguang
ago, sometimes he gives me candies. So I'm glad that people are starting to like him now.
Just as I thought.
Huh? What do you...
I mean, just as I thought, Master Dugu is indeed as kind and virtuous as the legends claim.
I'm not that... Oh yeah, one other thing. These days, there's a lot of people I've never seen before talking about
Oh, definitely.
Great! So next time I see them, I'll say hi.
Certainly. You can also tell...
Thank you, ma'am!
You're welcome. Well then, fare thee well, Master Dugu.
Until we meet again.
Pendekar anjir itu.
Any of that sound strange to you?
Strange? Juri seems to have a great reputation.
True. But the issue is, where did his sudden celebrity come from?
Sudden?
So he returns cruelty with kindness and had to work to support his studies. These are the kinds of things that make someone well known in their hometown. But Uncle Soon said even his friends who travel far and walk... Do you remember what Dugu Shuo said about Jur-E's stories? Clearly they left him with a good impression of the guy. But beyond that, plus, there's the fact that all this praise of Jur-E has only been happening within the last 2 or 3... His childhood, his studies, the thing with his neighbor. None of these are recent events.
When you put it like that,
Of course, if that's all there was to it, I wouldn't look into it any further. Jur-E was born into a poor family. Paying people to get his stories out there is within the rules of the game as far as I'm concerned.
Iya, pendekar duku anjir.
The problem is, do you remember what Uncle Gao said about him? He's stayed poor his whole life. Everything he's earned, he's either spent on studying, traveling, or paying off debts. I don't think he has the mora to pay for a publicity campaign. Right. And that changes everything. It could mean a powerful faction is trying to gain influence over the Liu at Xixing. That's the worst-case scenario. But all too often, the most pessimistic speculation turns out to be close.
someone's trying to gain influence over the Qixing? That sounds serious. Even if we asked Jiri about it, surely there's no way he'd admit.
First, we need to find out who's supporting him. Don't worry, I've got a plan. Remember the current affairs and planning stage of the assessment? Since the successful candidate is duty-bound to implement their plan after taking office, whoever is secretly helping Jur-E must be seeking to benefit from his actions after his appointment. So, we should be able to find some hints in Jur-E's Come on, let's get back to Yenshang Tea House.
Sang tea house. Kan. Jauh anjir.
Jur-E's manifesto covers a huge range of topics. Looking for details that don't add up will be like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
Eventnya udah kelar semua bangsa. Udah Bang Iri.
I'll divide the reports into 2 piles. You take one, Officially, the assessment is already over, and I'll be expected to announce the results before long. So we have to get to the bottom of this as quickly as we can.
Yikes!
Whatever else Uncle Tian, any evidence he's left is...
Event kelar, Yilan pulang anjir. Malah manjat. Nah, ada 2 Yilan. Anjir. Kembar yuk Yilannya.
Even though Yelan took half, this is still a lot to... Well, we gotta start somewhere.
Apa SPG-nya? Jadi dikasih gratis aku sama Mihoyo. Kabiner gratis anjir.
Oh, this reading. Let's take a break.
Capek dia baca buku.
Looks like I'm the first one back, as usual.
Oh, hey! It's one of Yelan's little helpers. If you're back, that means...
You betcha. I visited all the commerce guilds and gathered a wealth of information. Every time they asked...
Don't drag this out.
Yes, Lady Yelan. To summarize my findings, most people who've had interactions with Qianwei will start out complaining about how proud and arrogant he is, but then go on to give The young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild said that Qianwei appears arrogant, but he's very Once he signs a contract with somebody, he treats them fairly regardless of their background.
Who'd have thought?
Is it possible that his reputation is fake? Is there any way you can check the accounts of the businesses on...
In theory, that should be very difficult, but here's the thing.
I asked around and found out that almost all of Qianwei's accounts are open. Where he buys from and sells to should be confidential business information, but he doesn't seem interested in Qianwei often sees business opportunities that others don't, but once he's made enough more off of it, it's like he gets sick of it and releases all of his trade secrets.
Lari ada budaya. Kenapa Bang
It's
Oscar?
like he wants people to know that they still can't beat him, even if
Panjang
he
kali ini
shares all of his
storynya.
secrets. The fact that
Nggak tahu aku mengerik panjang nggak.
To validate his theories.
Banyak dialognya.
No wonder
anjir.
his
I'm back! Huh? How come you're here?
Why do you think? Obviously, because I possess superior skills and am always one step ahead of the competition.
You... Ugh, whatever. I'm not getting into an argument with you. If I hadn't had something else to Lady Yelan, I have finished investigating...
Well, we're all ears.
The Ministry of Civil Affairs says that Mingbois struggles to get his words out when he gets nervous, especially when he's chatting with strangers. But after a few days of getting to know him, you can pretty much have a normal conversation with him. On the whole, the feedback from the Ministry of Civil Affairs was...
In your opinion, was the Ministry of Civil Affairs' appraisal of Mingbois at all?
I don't believe so. Mingbois is someone who has slowly... According to Miss Yu, the Ministry often gets Mingbois to take a final look at projects before they're implemented. People feel... Oh, and also, there was once someone in the Ministry who was lying and cheating to try to advance their career. Mingbois gave them the scolding of a lifetime.
Whoa, that's hard to imagine.
Like I said before, things are not always as they appear.
Kon anjir.
So that's...
Thank you both. You're free to go now. So, have you finished reading the manifesto?
We still have...
I can't see any immediate problems looking at the individual entries. The only one that strikes me as a little unusual. Qiangshu Pool has always been home to... At some point, a rumor began to go around that there is great treasure buried beneath a long time ago, with the approval of the Qixing, a mining team.
So, did they find any treasure?
None. The ruin was completely impenetrable. The only way they could have gotten through the solid rock would have been by... The technology wasn't mature enough at that time, so the excavation project was shut down, and the Zhiyi's manifesto focuses on solving problems. And this treasure hunt Still, this one fact alone doesn't tell us much. Everyone wants to get their hands on this treasure. The treasure hoarders, the Fatui, even local Liyue factions.
Excavation? Project? Treasure? Did we read anything similar in our half of the manifesto? Oh yeah! Juri said the Blackcliff Forge workers should get right of first refusal if any...
Did he now? Well, that makes everything much clearer. So Zhiyi wants the Blackcliff Forge to excavate the treasure of Qiangshu Pool.
Does that mean the Blackcliff Forge is Juri's secret
No, not likely. I've looked into the Blackcliff Forge before. They aren't involved with any powerful faction. They do possess some specialized explosives, but it would seem more trouble than it's worth to put so many resources into a risky... Still, since the clues are pointing toward the Blackcliff Forge, we should see where they lead.
Qianwei and Mingbo both turned out to be completely different though. What
Bang
about
Oscar.
Juri? Is there another side to him too?
Biar gak disensor anjir kan.
It's raining again? Oh, this isn't good. If the rain washes away the traces, this is the Blackcliff Forge. Let's look around for clues.
Kasar. Iya Bang Oscar kasar.
What's this? A diary?
From the back, it looks like a ledger. But it seems we don't know who wrote it, but...
You think there's...
Yes. Look, it says right there. At this rate, by the time the Qiangshu Pool... That'll give them the chance to take a lot of liberties. They can copy any secret texts or steal any treasure they find underground. Imagine if we didn't suspect anything. But no red flags if all they did was change some key staff. That's the advantage of planning this far in advance. It was a clever move.
When you put it like that, it all makes sense. If we hadn't found this out, someone else would have stolen the treasure. So, who's really behind all this?
That's a question for the newcomers. But let's...
Diajarin Erik, nanti semua emotnya dikeluarin sih.
Excuse us. We want to ask you about the newcomers.
You want them to teach you or something? I gotta say, these newcomers are in tip-top My only complaint is that they're always going out drinking at night. But they never let up. I guess they just need some time to adjust. I'm sure we'll get to know each other over time.
They go out drinking. This area isn't exactly renowned for the nightlife. I'm guessing it's a long trip to the nearest tavern.
You got that right. They tell me they go all the way back to Liyue Harbor to drink
Kamu
at
spoiler ya,
Landin
aku report
Restaurant.
terus dislike.
It rained after work today, so they actually stuck around at the site for a while.
Emang storymu belum,
As soon
Bang
as the-
Oscar?
Hey, you're only young once, right? I say.
Interesting. Let's go. Looks like our hunch was on the Mora. These newcomers are
Aku
very
kabut anjir.
suspicious.
Habis
Drinking
semua
in Liyue
storynya.
Harbor. Good thing it rained today. It means they'll leave footprints. I doubt they'd give themselves away that easily, but let's follow them and...
They went that way. Hurry, we gotta catch up.
Perang emot kalian. Lah, gak ke hold.
These footprints are heading towards Liyue Harbor. Maybe we were wrong about them.
Just as I thought. They didn't go to Liyue Harbor. They went that way.
Belum,
The
soalnya
footprints stop
kamu
here.
tidak ada.
But, judging from the direction...
Kamu bohong ya. Mana cuy Aing? Selidiki kemah yang tertinggal. Habis semua hangout quest sudah semua. Males anjir yang hangout tuh. Yang event tuh kan lama kali anjir. Gak dapet moral lagi, cuma primo. Oscar es emot batu apa tuh? Lagi cek satu. Nggak ada usi Bang Oscar. Banteng merah ini bos.
Looks like we were too late.
Erik cari dulu emot King Kong anjir. Tak kira hangout quest dah semua. Belum Bang Erik.
This has gotta be where the newcomers run. Look at these ashes.
Could there be
Mager anjir
anything left?
dialog semua.
Maybe the wind...
The odds of that are very...
Why don't we wait for them back at the Black Cliff Fort?
We can't count on that. To me, that's a...
Darn!
Make no mistake, I smelled something peculiar. Those newcomers probably thought they'd be...
Really?
There is a certain place with a freezing cold climate, where there's nothing but ice as far as the eye can see. Some wealthy people there put floral fragrance in their ink. When that fragrant ink is burned, this is the exact... Oh, exactly. The evidence will soon be blown away by the wind, so it's nothing we can arrest anyone with. But it's all I need. Now I know who we're dealing with. I can plan our next move.
Lady Yelan! Oh, thank goodness I finally found you. I thought I'd never see you again.
Don't be alarmed. This is Upei. He's Wenyuan. I sent him to look into Jur-E's regular contacts. Since Jur-E likes fishing, Upei thought he might know some of the fishermen. I left him a note at Yenshang Tea House telling him to look for me at Blackcliff Forge when he got back. So, what did you find out at sea?
Mandi dulu karo kambing.
Forgive my incompetence. I asked all the fishermen multiple times, but none of them had any interactions with Jur-E before. Then the waves got so choppy I ended up falling overboard. When I got back, I heard that you'd gone to Blackcliff Forge and might need backup, so I went straight there as fast as I...
Well, Uncle Tien said that Jur-E once bought a recipe from one of the fishermen.
What? That's news to me. No, that's not possible. It's absolutely not possible. Lady Yelan, I'm telling you, I spoke to every single fisherman out there, and none of them mentioned anything about a recipe.
Nahemat kambing anjir.
Interesting. Then I wonder how that even more wonderful fish...
Fish soup? What fish soup?
Nothing. Our priority right now is to find a way to get our hands on some solid evidence. Well, any suggestions? Not a bad idea. Upei, what do you think?
Honestly, I've already tried following Jur-E, but the guy's too cautious. Never meets with anyone.
Okay, so tailing's out.
No, we'll still need to tail him. But first, we need to do some groundwork.
Groundwork?
When you've worked in intelligence for a long time, you'll understand that no one can stay on high alert forever. Especially when he thinks he's about to win.
Yelan itu intelnya Ningguang.
Tomorrow morning, I'll announce his victory at your... Be sure to arrive...
Udah selesai? Belum. Tuh emot apa lagi anjir. Jam berapa tadi? 8 ya? Anjir, kurang 1 jam sih. Kelihatan nih. Sembunyikan ah. Nah. Ini kah? Pengen tak tim Oscar tidak ramah. Di tim out YouTube dia. Mati lagi dah
It
Yelan
looks
gua.
like we're all here. Well,
Mati kayak gitu anjir
time for me.
matinya.
I won't drone on about the importance of the...
All of us here know the score. Don't beat around the bush. Just get on with it.
Qianwei has many pioneering ideas, but some of his plans are lacking in detail, and Mingbo is reliable, but not quite ambitious enough, and because of his personality, he struggles to win people over. In contrast, Jur-E is evenly balanced across the board, and enjoys an excellent reputation after much consideration. I have decided to recommend Jur-E to the Liyue Qixing.
What?
Oh, thank you. Honestly, I'm a little surprised. In my estimation, all 3 of us are worthy candidates for the Tianshu position. As your competitor, I've become keenly aware of your great talents.
Bacot trik. Kasar anjir. Kaca lah mata, kaca
Would
apa
either of you
anjir.
entertain the possibility of working with me in the future? And taking on some of my workload?
I'll have to see.
I don't mind.
Okay, well, that's all from me. Jur-E, you'll have some.
I will live up to the Tianshu name. I should go. I need to pack my things, and then I think a celebratory meal is in order. Would anyone like to join me?
Ayo ke Kasuha. Kasuhanya belum keluar Bang Eri.
Count me out. I'm not in the mood.
Jur-E seems pretty relaxed.
Hey, traveler, tell me something. What exactly does that guy have that I don't? If you can't answer that, I'm not accepting this result.
I, also wouldn't mind knowing.
Oh no, if we get stuck here, we won't be able to leave!
Follow him.
Yes, ma'am.
We finally got rid of them!
Lady Yelan, Juri has gone towards Feiyun Slope.
Follow him, quickly.
So Juri really sided with the Fatui?
Kira mati.
Uncle Tian thinks so highly of him. Why would he do this?
Difficult to say, but everything should become a lot
Reward
clearer when...
berapa? Hanya banyak sekali ya 244.
Take it easy.
Keren kan?
I'm sorry, Lady Yelan. We lost him. He's too good at this.
How the heck did he manage to shake? I guess Juri didn't let his guard down. Still is...
No, Upe says he's much more relaxed than usual. Maybe it's just how he...
What? How?
Don't blame yourselves. Let's not forget he was trained by Uncle Tian himself. Evading detection is If I'd asked you to tail Uncle Tian, you'd have ended up at a dead end too. It's fine. So, where did you lose him?
Shinyue kiosk. He only went in briefly. Upe and I were watching outside A few moments later, a man dressed in a completely different outfit came out. Upe had a feeling that it was him, but we couldn't get I figured that if we spooked him, it would undo what we've accomplished today so far. Another option would have been to arrest him there and then, but without any evidence. So I stopped Upe, and I stayed here to wait for you while that meathead went to ask around in Shinyue kiosk.
Banyak kali batu.
Good work.
Banyak kan Bang Eri? Masih red off itu.
The fish didn't take the bait, but that's okay. As long as he's still swimming around. Let's go to Shinyue kiosk.
Tak kerjain satu-satu anjir, siapa tahu CEO-nya keluar lagi. Apa tuh bisa beli? Ah, ini dapat resep. Mahal anjir golden nih.
Could you explain to me how that works?
Beli Bang Eri.
A guy like him...
Our customers are free to dress how... Okay, well maybe I did.
Enough. Let's tone this down a little.
Tiap bisa gacha tak
I'll make this
gacain
quick.
soalnya.
Just one question.
Satu-satu.
Oh, he didn't buy anything. He just picked up a bottle of liquor that he ordered ages ago.
A bottle of liquor?
Yes, a very strong kind. Fire. This gentleman ordered it in person from us a long time ago. He was only here today to pick it up.
Liquor and wineware. I see. Let's go.
Where to?
Shigu Antiques.
Kemana lagi si Antiques? Susah kali namanya. Heli aja namanya. Oh, dikacain tah iya buat nge-red off sekalian. Keluar red off nggak apa-apa, dapat siau nggak apa-apa anjir. Kama. Sumida sampai sini.
Hey, Miss Linlong. Sorry to bother you. Zhi ordered a wanware set from... We're friends of his. He's been telling us how impressed he is with the quality, considering how affordable it was. So we just had to come and take a look for ourselves.
Sure. Which model are you looking for?
We don't really know a whole lot about wineware. Let's just go with Zhi.
Zhi picked up his set not long ago. As a quality imitation of an antique wineware set, it has the look and feel of a luxury. Just so you're aware, we don't have many of this model left in stock. And now that Mr.
Don't worry. Price shouldn't be an issue. I'm sure we can work something out. But I'm just a little hazy on one thing.
For this set, the wine glasses are sold separately. Minimum purchase is 1 glass. Maximum is...
Okay. Thanks, Linlong. Seems there's a little more to buying wineware.
Well, don't take too long. We could sell out any day.
Istika marketing yo.
This is turning into a real headache.
I'd just like to point out that we have the self-professed Grand Master of Fieldwork here to thank for being wholly incapable of tailing an ordinary civilian without...
It's not like you did any better.
My specialty is information trading, okay? I don't have the physical
Yelan, so has the plan failed? Oh, if we can't figure out where Jerry went, there's not much we can do. But why was he buying liquor at Shin?
If so, it's no ordinary celebration.
What do you mean?
First of all, Zhi isn't much of a drinker. On some level, he hates alcohol. If he was just looking to celebrate by himself, he wouldn't spend his meager savings on an expensive bottle of alcohol. Let alone... No. This is a victory feast. Held in honor of Zhi's private... Whoever this person is clearly enjoys hard liquor and has a very high status. Hence the need for expensive... Now, where might we find Fatui who match that description, I wonder?
Fatui officials. Should be either the Snezhnayan Embassy or the Northland Bank.
Have both locations surrounded. Take as many people...
Lady Yelan, is it time for us to make our move? If so...
Get with the program, would you? This is a covert surveillance operation. Zhi may be vigilant, in which case, we don't need to change tactics. Just change who we're
Great idea! So we just need to find out...
But Lady Yelan, if we get caught, this could become a major diplomatic incident.
I'm well aware, but don't you see? Zhi is gambling everything on this. If we really want to catch him, we're going to have to accept a little risk. Stick to your orders, and make sure we're covering all other bases too. Anywhere else Zhi might be going.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't worry, Lady Yelan. Zhi may be a slippery character, but we'll keep a close watch on the movements of all Fatui if...
I'll be waiting for you at the tea house. If I'm guessing correctly, Fatui officials are likely to take action at night. You should go and get ready. Then meet me at
Jam 8 malam.
Perfect timing. When you just sent
Ayo
word that the
follow.
Fatui ambassador,
Latih Bang
Yusuf, just
Poci.
left the embassy alone. He's heading in the direction of
story
Qingshu
dulu
Pool.
aku.
Qingshu Pool?
It looks like that's where they've
Itu sama
arranged to
Bang
meet.
Kade tuh.
Sensible choice. I'll give them that. Qingshu Pool is always crawling with monsters.
Oh no, we gotta go get them!
Let's go. If my hunch is...
The nightlife is so vibrant.
Bang Kade masih live kan? Tuh masih kok.
This is Qingshu Pool, full of ruins, crawling with monsters. Anyone with any sense steers well clear of this place. I've looked into the place before. There's a workers' entrance somewhere around here. Follow me.
Sabar anjir. Ada bunga.
Easy money.
Isi money anjir.
There's been some work done on this place in the past, but it's a bit of a labyrinth inside.
Iya bang
I
dek.
can't guarantee we'll be
Makasih.
safe once we're underground.
Masih lanjut valonya.
The workers left an emergency access route.
Story-nya lama anjir.
This will be a much easier journey.
Jadi intel.
Still, be ready to fight at any moment. Any resistance needs to be taken out quickly and quietly. We don't want to attract too much attention.
Don't worry, we're all professionals here. By the way, Yelan, where are your 3 little helpers at?
They have other things to take care of first. We couldn't afford to wait for them, but they'll join us later. No, my sword! Quietly now. Take it easy.
Illusion shattered!
Busted.
Yelannya C berapa anjir ini? C1 keren anjir. Bisa 2 kali. Emang lama nih story, aku udah kelarin. Nih jadi intel anjir.
Game's up. Fun's over. As I expected. But this shouldn't be too much trouble.
Delapan. Lah pakai nobles.
I see that. That's gotta be the Fatui ambassador here to meet. That must be the emergency access route, right? Come on.
Apa tuh? Mana anjir? Oh, sana. Hah?
This is the construction workers' emergency access route, but it's closed tight. Trying to break through would be risky. Let's see if we can find another way.
C3 sih emang mantep. Iya anjir. Skill E-nya bisa 2 kali.
Take it easy. Quietly now. Time to... Take it easy. Busted.
Shine down!
Absorption test.
Gotcha.
18.000. Nobles starter pack-nya karakter Hayatot. Hah? Hayatot. Siapa Hayatot? Hayato. Tapi Yelanku tak kasih nobles bagus sih. Artinya nggak ada yang pakai nobles. Kan melancarkan mas. Iya, party 1 kan nggak ada Bennett ya. Lah, nyangkut. Skill 3 2 kali bisa lah pakai Sakri. Skill 3.
The water's gone down.
Oh, skill E-nya ya bisa 2-3 kali kalau Sakrinya aktif. Biasanya artinya plus dipakai di karakter trial. Oh. Tapi ER-nya kecil kali anjir. Oh, ada chest. Dua.
Busted. Take it easy.
Oh, pindahkan anjir. Skill E maksudnya ya, Pak. Ya kalau pakai Sakri bisa 3 kali. Nggak bisa.
Take it easy. Gotcha. Here comes the catch. Quietly now.
Ih, sakit anjir.
Take it easy.
Satunya tadi mana? Coba ulti habisin, habis itu skill E 2 kali berapa penuh tuh energinya. Bentar, gak ada monster.
The water's flowed into the groove, and now the statues have lit up. Okay, now we should be able to move the statues.
Cuma puzzle anjir. Dorong. Dorong. Mentok sih. Oh, ini kan sana ya. Easy anjir.
The door is open. Let's go.
Yang emas taruh di cahaya ya.
We should be nearly at the bottom now. Let's wrap this up.
Ntar itu setengah ya.
Gotcha. Quietly now. It's over.
Dua kali setengah bang deh kayaknya. Kalau musuhnya satu itu. Ih, nyangkut.
Take it easy.
I can tell from the aroma that this is very fine liquor indeed. I'm impressed. Come on, bottoms up. After you, of course.
Oh, sorry.
You'll get there. If you want to stay friends with us, you have to.
I'll do my best.
You're more of a lightweight than I thought. Already struggling after one glass?
DR-nya. Ya 150 harusnya baru enak tuh.
I thought you were made of sterner stuff.
135
You certainly kept it together when you were poisoning your teacher's soup.
Di 150.
Come on, another round. Less talk.
Sure. You didn't leave me much of a choice, though, did you? Just the mention of poisonings. I'm more timid than you realize.
Look, I know it has not been easy for you, my friend. We appreciate all your hard work. But, I have to say, you really are quite a genius at I mean, the poison we brought from Snezhnaya is as strong as this wine, but you found a way to turn it into an... What was it you said? Oh, yeah. You said the soup's fishy flavor neutralizes the pungency of the poison, and this process even makes the soup tastier.
It struck me one day when I was fishing. I'm lucky it did. Otherwise, I'm not sure I would have been able to fool Uncle Tien.
You have performed excellently. The Fatui will continue to provide the support you need to consolidate your position as Tien Shu. Aside from Qing Shu Pool, we also have some other requests for you, which we will...
Don't worry. Whatever tasks you have for me, I will...
Did you hear that? It was poison! That's why Uncle Tien hasn't been feeling... What a nasty guy! Seize him!
Hold on. Did you bring a camera?
Kamera.
If not, you can use mine. This is quite a scene. We have to capture...
Anjir bawa kamera tuh.
Excellent liquor.
Pamit mau beli bensin. Ya apa nggak sekarang? Tak tunggu ya nanti malam.
We've
Tak
seen
rusuhin
no
aja.
progress on the diplomatic, but soon everything will be taken care of. And I remember when I first saw you. I knew right away that you would make a good partner for us. Hey.
How could I forget? You said a lowly commoner like me could never be seen as a serious candidate for the Tianshu, no matter how hard I work. The only way is for you to shine bright in the Tianshu's darkest moment. I think you were absolutely right.
Yes. Under normal circumstances, the gap between you and other people... Just look at your two competitors. Chen Wei had wealth. Ming Boa had reputation. But you had nothing. And that's why I decided to help you. You know, there's an old saying in the Fatui. Give a starving dog a bone, and it'll guard your home for the rest of its life.
Yes, I cannot...
You know, the best thing about you is that you do as you're told without complaining. Hey, keep up the good work, and I can assure you, you'll never have to... heck, when you're not in the...
Uncle Gao said that Jur-E has low self-esteem. Seems he was right. He was worried that whatever advantage he might have now will diminish over time, so the Fatui persuaded him that he should act while he can. Do you have any more film in the camera? Then get ready to use it. Tonight's grand finale should be coming up any minute now.
Hanya pertunjukan
How well
akbar.
this goes for us depends on how Jur-E plays his hand.
Ooh, is there any more alcohol? Go on. Fill me up. I'm in a good mood today, and I'm gonna drink.
There's only a little left. Here, I'll fill your glass. If you like it, I can bring you some more next time.
Whoa, this is the good stuff. It is great. Huh?
Diracuni juga dia.
Sure, you
Anjir,
poisoned
bener.
my wine?
Diracuni juga.
But when?
You seem surprised, Mr. Yusupov.
How could you?
How could I not? I've sacrificed years of my life studying and reflecting to prepare myself for this position. And in the end, I even had to poison my own teacher.
Kekasihmu, pengadik bangsa.
You really
Gak
think I
tahu
put
lu
myself
kemana
through
dia.
all that just to become your...
Kena mental kayaknya nggak dapat
It's
itu
the
red
Fatui who
off-nya.
got you to where you are. Do you understand? If I disappear with no explanation, the embassy will come after you. They'll
Tahu
get to the
kayak dapat
bottom of
siau
this.
apa enggak dia?
Mark my words.
Nyari siau tuh kayaknya.
Do you see the haystack in the corner? Underneath it is a pile of explosives. And next door, I'm gonna stay here till I see you slip into unconsciousness. Then I'm gonna set this on fire. Once the flames burn through the hay, they'll ignite the explosives. The ruins will collapse.
What?
I took the liberty of leaving some evidence of your contact with the undercover agents at the Black Cliff Forge. It won't take long for people to join the dots. 2 missing person cases will be... The Fatui planted undercover agents in the Black Cliff Forge to steal their signature ruin-grade explosives. Their plan was to blow through the solid floor tiles in the dead of night and seize the treasure of
Hemat
Qingshu Pool.
batu anjir.
But things didn't quite go to plan. Mistakes were made that led to the accidental death. Faced with the overwhelming evidence, the embassy won't investigate this any further. In fact, they'll be only too happy to blame it all on a rogue operation by you. It explains why you acted alone, while exonerating the rest of the embassy of any liability. Of course, none of that will have anything to do with me. When all of this comes to my attention, I'm afraid I'll have no choice but to cancel the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan immediately.
Gak selesai anjir story-nya.
Sherry, do you really think you're gonna get away with this? After I die, they'll come looking, and they'll...
A record? Oh, you must mean the one in the hands of your second-in-command, Theophan?
How do you know about that?
Because when you contacted me, I also made contact with your associates. I have Theophan to thank for providing me with the poison I used on you today. He'll help me tie up all the loose ends. After all, your untimely demise comes with a few perks for him. He has been eyeing your position for a long time now.
That traitor!
Shh. Relax. It's over. After tonight, everyone gets what they want. And anyone else in the know is either my accomplice. Sweet dreams, Mr. Yusupov.
Udah 80% kayaknya story-nya. Di panah. Pakai ilan. Biar ada 2 ilannya.
I did a little surveying on the way here and found that you'd left yourself 3 escape routes in case things went south. I have them all surrounded. If you're thinking of trying it, we were here the whole time and have pictures of everything. They came out pretty nicely. Want to see them?
The game's up? Forgive me, I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, Miss Yelan. I happened to discover a Fatui operation here, so I approached them on the pretext of joining forces and eventually brought them down from within. If it—
This is how you want to play it, huh? Fine. You do you. All we need to do to convict you is establish that the poison in his system is the same. Nothing else you wanted to add? Let's leave it there.
One wrong move and it all comes crashing down. I should've— You followed him here, didn't you? I was so focused on keeping myself out of sight, Let's talk about this, Yelan. I gave you my word that I would live up to the Tianshu name, and that much I can still guarantee.
Your point being?
When I take office, I can guarantee that I will act in your best interests. In fact, all of you here tonight can expect— I don't deny that I used underhanded methods to get here. But given my lowly origins, what other choice did I have?
You still don't get it, do you? Even now. What do you think? Exactly. Jur-E, clever people can always come up with a good excuse. But while you might be able to get other people to believe you, you'll never be able to deceive yourself. There's nothing wrong with wanting to win other people's respect, but when has Uncle Tian ever looked down on you? He was like a teacher and a father to you, but you chose to repay that by poisoning him. Whatever positive goal you may have started out with.
That's enough.
Of course. What makes this even crueler is that you managed to convince yourself there was no other way. Uncle, out of everyone in the world, he is the one who trusts you the most. So much that he drank your fish soup without doubting you.
That's enough!
Life is like fishing. It cannot be rushed. Whatever you do, impatience will accomplish nothing. I was just like you once, desperate to prove myself. Only later did I realize things do not always turn out the way you plan. But you have to keep calm to carry on. You're still young. Be patient, believe in yourself, and don't look outside yourself to prove your value. Where's Jur-E these days? It's been a long time since he last paid me a visit.
Maybe he's just busy.
Well, next time, if he doesn't bring a pot of piping hot fish soup, don't let him in.
Whatever you were thinking about, you'll have plenty of time to mull it over in prison. Oh, I almost forgot. If the Fatui find out what happened today, prison might not turn out to be the safest place for you. Trying to have friends on both sides, it has a way of turning everyone against you. But right now, I have an opportunity for you.
Huh?
Sorry, things are about to get extremely busy for me. Let's meet at Yenshang Tea House tomorrow morning. I'll have someone remove the explosives. Then, there's someone I have to go and see.
Need our help with that?
No, it could be dangerous. You should leave this, don't worry. As long as they're willing to cooperate, this'll be a straight get some rest. See you tomorrow.
Yes, nah. Udah selesai anjir. Di 1,5 jam loh. Sama
This isn't
story.
good. If the rain washes away the traces, it's gonna set us...
There is now no poison left in his system, but recovery from the damage already done will not happen overnight.
Dr. Baishu, is my father going to be...
You needn't worry too much. Keep taking the prescribed medicine every day, and a full recovery will take at most 2 to 3 years.
2 sampai 3 tahun.
It's good we caught it in time. A few days later, and the toxin would have built up in the internal organs. At that point...
How did they successfully secure such a seldom-seen poison? It seems the Fatui are extremely resourceful. Unfortunately for them, they were up against us.
Ularnya bisa ngomong sih. Usi kok nggak bisa ngomong ya?
Uncle Tian will be heading off now. Remember to get plenty of rest and avoid overexerting yourself while you're recovering.
Don't worry, I will. Thank you very much. Ah, you're here too? Thank you for all you've done to resolve this situation. Yes, the exhaustion seems to have gone. My mind is...
Luckily, it looks like choosing the Tianshu's successor is suddenly not such a pressing issue after all.
Hey, Yelan!
My work is mostly wrapped up, so I thought I'd take a minute to check in here. The assessment process comes to an end here, Uncle Tian. In my opinion, Zhi is not suitable for the position. But Qianwei and Mingbo both have potential.
You have my gratitude. People can change their loyalties easily.
Is it just Paimon, or is Uncle Tian not that surprised?
Don't underestimate Uncle Tian. He wouldn't have appointed me as assessment officer if he... Normally, the Yuehai Pavilion would be responsible for assessing the candidates. Isn't that right, Uncle Tian?
Yes, to be quite honest, I wanted to trust him unreservedly. But I have to be... When I first met Zhi, I wondered if he had approached me with a hidden agenda. So I secretly investigated him. I concluded that he had no ulterior motives whatsoever. In the end, even he changed. I never had any plans to recommend him directly, but I always I had no reputation to speak of when I first became Tianshu. I relied on Ganyu's assistance for all manner of things.
I have to admit, he's a smart guy, and very cautious. The intel suggests that the Fatui saw him as very low risk, but Zhi was still extremely careful with the poisoning. He chose that specific liquor from Xinyue kiosk because the fiery flavor would mask the bitterness of the poison, and he chose to wait until the Fatui official was drunk and had his guard down before delivering it to him. He also installed a secret compartment in the wine pot he bought to hold the poison. As the amount of liquor went down, he'd shake the pot to release the poison from the compartment into the liquor. Afterwards, we also found he had an antidote on him. Had the Fatui official grown suspicious, Zhi would have drunk the poisoned wine himself.
But that's still really dangerous.
Yes. Had he drunk the poisonous wine, he still would have faced serious health consequences despite taking the antidote. He didn't...
How is Zhi?
Well, I mean, he's sitting in a jail cell. Like Yanfei says, everyone who breaks the law has... Still, he's cooperating. He didn't turn down my offer to strike a deal. I'll make sure there are plenty of guards around to keep him safe from anything the Fatui might...
A deal? Does this have to do with what you said to him when you arrested him?
Yes, Zhi's not the one I'm interested in. If he was as far as this went, I'd have handed the case off to my subordinates as soon as I realized. But once the Fatui became involved, things got a whole lot more interesting. I thought I might have the chance to catch...
Well, did you?
Almost. Unfortunately, it slipped off the hook at the last second.
Uncle Tian? Yelan? What are you talking about?
Zhi colluded with the Fatui to try and secure the position of Tianshu. Or, to put it the other way around, The Fatui made an attempt to with Yusupov in our hands and a statement from Jur-E, we could afford to continue with a diplomatic offensive. Also, we'd be able to gain control of Theophan, Yusupov's second-in-command. Then we'd have a pawn in the ranks of the Fatui. Pawns like this can be major assets. They open up all sorts of new options. Why else did you think I was investing so much time and effort into this case?
So, okay.
We got halfway. The first part went off without a hitch, and we passed all the information on to Lady Ningguang. But when we tried to make contact with Theophan, he was gone, along with all the evidence.
The Fatui must be spying on us. Otherwise, they'd never been able to respond so quickly.
I found out from other sources that the Harbinger Regrator got involved. The Fatui's main forces aren't concentrated here. Regrator was only treating this as a peripheral concern. It's a pity that Theophan got away, but knowing which Harbingers are still looking at Liyue is something. It gives me a start.
I have to ask, Yelan. I remember you showed some interest a few days ago at...
Oh, that. I was obviously joking. I prefer my current life. There's danger and there's excitement. Although it'd still be a behind-the-scenes role, as Tianshu, I wouldn't have the chance to get involved in anything truly clandestine or face any real danger. All right, I'm done here. Time for me to go. I'm heading off again in a few days and
Where are you off to this time?
As you might have guessed. But I'm sure if you keep going as you are, getting yourselves involved in other people's business all the time, you're sure to get caught up in another misadventure before too long. Maybe I'll see you the next time danger beckons. Until then, keep your wits about you. If you have any more questions, just ask Uncle Tian. After the recent turn of events...
Nah, selesai kan. Akhirnya anjir. Hampir 2 jam. Dapat berapa? Cuma sekali. Buat Sakri kurang 4.
Nice and spicy. Animal test 63.
Useless. Lament. Worthless. Here.
Anjir.
Prepare to die, fool. Here.
Everybody stand back.
Absorption test. Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Off we go. Let's light it up.
Animal hypostasis emulation. Animal test 63.
I'm going in.
Useless.
Dah, sana.
Evil conquering. Here. Worthless.
Nggak kehil anjir. keren, berbanyak. Nah, ini langsung habis dong moranya. Udah 70. Apalagi yang kedua.
Truly is fascinating.
Anjir, kurang 4. Ya nggak cukup. Main ngeselin anjir. Siau terbang jadi bola cuk siaunya.
Boba, get them! Absorption test. Animo test 63. Enhanced animo module.
Disappear! Worthless!
Ya anjir, seriusan.
Worthless!
37 detik anjir.
Everybody stand back! Eat this! Nice and spicy. Stand clear.
Useless! Evil Evil conquering! Huh, worthless! Here!
Sekalian lah.
Teamwork is dream.
Disappear! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Worthless!
Huh? I'm going in.
Absorption test. Animal hypostasis emulation.
Boba, get them.
Nah, ketangkep ya.
Let's light it up.
Cuma
Off we go.
cooldownnya.
Let's light it up. Teamwork is dream.
Evil conquering!
Anjir, masih kurang. Aduh. Apa tuh adventure quill? Semua butuh yang ungu kan? Udah level 5, level 80. Ini habis anjir murahnya. Gak cukup aja.
ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
19 hari. Wah, masih live. Iya, bentar lagi nih Bang Iri. Udah habis anjir moraku. Kok ascen. Ruin guard. Farming robot. Besok cukup. Cari lama tadi disuruh beli gas. Wah, gak apa-apa. Sekarang bingung aku mau ngapain. Cuma ini sih masih 70. Cari robot lah.
Absorption test.
Nggak dapet dong.
Are you here to play?
Dah, nyampe anjir.
Let me weave you a verse. Things are about to get dicey.
Illusion shattered.
Turu, anjir ketangi turu mesti.
Take it easy.
Anjir kena loh.
Know my sword. Witness the power of Aqua. Huh? Here comes the catch.
There is no escape.
Gotcha. Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you a verse. Nope. Game's up. Fun's over.
Shine down.
Lah gak gerak dia. material buat apa tuh? Buat naikin saker ya, Bang Erik. Robot di Enkanomia banyak ya. Kemarin aku ikut Bang Oscar banyak anjir, tapi 3 sih
Humidity
robotnya.
levels are increasing.
Gak
Think we
kuat
can run
aku.
some tests?
Kok ini setengah terus nih?
Quietly now.
Animo test 63.
Ampun. Ya.
Take it easy.
Body and mind.
Illusion shattered!
Witness the power of Gua. No, my soul.
Things are about to get dicey. Busted.
Absorption test.
Enak kali sumpah. Di jauhnya di sana tuh dia. Yang di NK gak tahu aku. Ada banyak Bang, tapi 3 anjir sekali respon mati terus aku.
Snow this big only falls a few times a year. If I miss it, I'll have to wait until next year to run my experiments. So please, give me some space.
Bersin anjir.
I know. I should wear more layers.
Oh, itu ada kristal belum keambil. Males sekali aku explore di yang es ini. Jangan jatuh dong. Nah, mari.
I won't hold you back.
Berapa sukrosnya? Cuma 900 ya. Nah, efek dingin-dingin tuh malesin ya. Minta malesin itu.
There is no escape!
Let me weave you a verse. Huh? Here comes the catch. Gotcha.
Animo test 6308. Yeah. Yeah.
Time to act.
Nah, di sana.
Illusion shattered!
Rain outlines your fate. Huh? Rain cutter.
Game's up. Fun's over. Quietly now.
Stand clear.
Body and mind. Busted.
Animal test 6308. Ta. Ta. Huh. Ta. Ta. Ka. Yeah. Ka. Humidity levels are increasing. Think we can run some tests?
Shine down! Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of Gugwa. Things are about to get dicey. Only in a
absorption test.
Anjir. Mau mati aja sempet-sempetnya ngedamage. Hai Bang absen, halo Bang Rif. Selamat datang.
Oh, okay. Just one last experiment, and then we can get some rest. Last one, I promise.
Bisa sih.
Animal test 6308.
Kabur. Di atas jadi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jadi tinggi kali loh. Yang deket geohipotasis itu ada 4 kalau mau. Matilah aku. 3 aja nggak bisa anjir. Susah banget kalau banyak anjir. Pas muter-muter susah dihindarin anjir.
Yeah. Illusion shattered. No, my sword. Let me weave you a verse. Rain out. Game's up. Fun's over.
Nata masih kena loh. Oh kan nggak full lagi.
Take it easy. Gotcha. Here comes the catch. Witness the power of Gugwa. No, my sword.
Absorption test. Enhanced animal module 75.
Torn to oblivion.
Kok sekarat anjir. Jalan-jalan dia. 1, 2, ada 2. 3 sama itu 4. Oke. Masih ngikut loh pelurunya.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you. Game's up. Fun's over.
Stand clear.
Quietly now.
Things are about to get dicey. Take it easy.
Animo test 6308.
There is no escape. No, my sword. Let me weave you a verse. Here comes the catch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sakitannya sekali pukul gitu.
Shine down. Rain outlines your fate. Huh? Witness the busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Nah, di sana ada. Oh, yang besar itu ya.
Body and mind.
Bukan anjir. Di mana itu? Oh, itu. Perlu bantuan gas lawan Linkur. Wah, kok bentar lagi udahan gue ngeri.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you a
Absorption test.
busted.
Nanti malam aja di Bang Oscar sekalian.
Take it easy.
Habis ini udahan soalnya. Mau makan. Terus Bang Kade itu masih follow enggak? Habis sih, udah. Kali yang gede anjir. Loh, yang gede nggak bisa di tracking. Ini kan Ruin Hunter. Oh, oke. Iya, nanti malam aja Bang.
Illusion shattered. Witness the power of Aqua. No, my soul. Things are about to get dicey. Gotcha.
Siapa ini? Bang Saka. Gak tahu tar malam kuat apa enggak nih mata. Masih nyimpen resin juga buat nanti mau ada anjir. Apain lagi ya? Paling nanti Bang Oscar jam 8 level. Masa jam 9 anjir. Mau giveaway dia. Anjir, cuma dapat 3 loh. Aku mah udah pensi oleh Klipus. Iya kamu anjir. Aku masih mencari. Sadaku nggak pernah tak lawan lagi. Ngapain nih? Kepotong dia. Oh iya, ngumumin giveaway ya. Iya. Paling jam 8 nanti dia mulainya.
Add Astro.
Tipotnya udah bisa beli resin. Udah kayaknya. Udah tak pakai kemarin.
We have put in
Anjir penuh. Nah udah. Ini kan cuma sekali anjir. Kenapa nggak diubah sehari sekali gitu? Biar banyak. Gak pernah tahu urusin ini. Full anjir. Blueprint. Nantilah blueprint. Kamu penimbun koin ya? Itu 50.000 emangnya banyak anjir. Gak pernah tak pakai soalnya. Tak irit-irit anjir. Ada. Cuma gitu anjir tiap hari. Mana tuh ada yang bisa buat yang umum? Dih, langsung habis materialnya. Wih, kainku banyak. Naikin level tipotnya biar bisa beli buku XP. Banyak itu anjir. Oh, tak sayang anjir koinnya itu. Cuma tak buat beli tanaman. Sama blueprint gini kalau udah habis. Yang biru-biru itu ada yang Bang Oscar suruh bikin. Belum pernah bikin. Coba tuh habis aja. penuh aja. Itu udah biarin. Nah, kurang 1000 ya, lanjutin lah. Ini level 8, satu level lagi. Oh, bisa diperluas. Baru tahu aku anjir. Kurang berapa?
Would you care to sit?
Nah, udah naik. Bisa naruh satu lagi ya. Apa tuh? Lah kok sama? Ada misinya kan kalau mau naikin level teapot. Oh, bukan ini. Bukan itu. Yang kayak
If you ever
adventure
had-
book. Ini tah. Ini bang. Anjir. Ini ronde 3 sih.
Would you care to?
Tingkat kepercayaan 8. Nah, bener kok yang ini.
If you ever had.
Nah itu iya. Beli satu barang dari pedagang dalam poci di alam pemain lain. Ih, males anjir. Ya, tinggal satu dong. Nah, anjir tinggal satu juga. Apa ya? Ini banyak carinya. Ini sih. Udah. Beli barang tuh gampang, tinggal Ketipu temen. Aja bisa gacha. Berapa kali sih? Nah, 2 kali. Anjir, lagi ramas. Keren, baru dikasih, mintanya dari kemarin loh. Udah berapa tuh? Tambah 2. Ini 10, 12. Ya kan 12. Gacha lah, habis Bang Iri. Dapatnya Noel. Minta Noel C6 gak dikasih anjir. Dikasihnya Yanpi. Mau Barbara. Ini C6 cok, keren. Dan kasih WGS. Mantap anjir nanti. Aja. Loli sangar.
I just need a moment to quickly take down some notes.
PT-nya kecil. Ya baru 12.
The one before.
Ah.
Ya PT ku dari kemarin kecil-kecil anjir. Keren WGS tidak punya. Tuh aja oke kemarin. Siapa yang tak ganti? Liwe sini. Mana cok? Mana detektifku? Kamu mencapai batas. Hah? Gak bisa naruh anjir. Ambil. Ya pada ambil. Nah. Kurang 1 anjir Nazuma. Sio keluarin nih. Gilanku kemarin beneran 20 loh. Gak percaya anjir. Ini kan 1, 2, 7 8. Gimana sih? 1, 2, 8. Hitungnya ini aja. 12, 18, akan 20, 24, 22, 2, 6, 18 ya 20, 22. Atau tuker yang udah penuh friendshipnya. Oh, ngaruh emang. Bukan, yang tak sukain
What
aja
was
yang tak
that?
taruh.
Oh, it's gone. Can I go take a look?
Jinku sih. 1, 14, 15, 16, 18. Emang ngaruh Bang Eri. Raiden penuh. Level 4, 9 penuh. Level 3. Apalagi Bedo. Level 4. Udah nggak bisa nih. Mentok kan. Anjir. Aku paling kecil di Silong apa Zhongli? Silong. Baru kali ini aku dapat video kayak gitu. Kemarin biasanya di atas 40, 45-an gitu. Itu aja jin anjir. Iya kan, mau kalau ambil koin tuh ada yang ungu itu nambahin friendship. Kalau udah penuh gak bisa isi lagi. Oh,
Truly is fascinating.
yang di pot tadi ya. Udah. Main lagi. Udah. Aku mau udahan Bang Eri. Ayo, thank you ya. Absen dulu ada Bang Oscar, Bang Poci Gaming, Bang Kade, Remzi, Bang Rif, sama Bang Eri yang udah nemenin dari tadi ya. Thank you. Udahan dulu aku Bang Eri.
There's a strange wanderer near Wolfendom.
Besok lagi ketemu.